auditory canal or external acoustic meatus. You pick whichever you want to call it. We did that in the skull. That's this part right here. That's part of the outer ear. Pull this up a little bit. Part of the outer ear. Outer ear goes from the pinna or auricle through the external auditory canal right up to the tympanic membrane, which is your eardrum. And that, you can pull this out as well. That's the tympanic membrane. Attached to that, on your model, they have two of the three ear ossicles, the malleus and the incus. The stapes is right here, attached to the inner ear. So you have the malleus, incus, and stapes, which is the middle ear. Malleus and incus are attached to this part, the stapes is attached to this one. And then again, if you look, put this back in here correctly. Get it back in, right? There we go. There we go. And if you look right there at the middle ear where the ear ossicles are, here's your eustachian or auditory tube right here. It goes down to your throat. Now if you pull this out, this is the inner ear complex. Stapes is part of the middle ear, but if you look right where the stapes is attached, there's an oval platform that the stapes is sitting on. You see that little kind of oval platform it's sitting on? That is the oval window. That's where the vibration through the malleus, incus, and stapes goes into the vestibule of your inner ear. So that oval window is the entrance into the vestibule from the stapes. If you look right under there is a blue kind of indented dot. Mine's label number 28. I don't know if yours is the same number. That's the round window, and it's round. Part of it is here at the vestibule. The other half, because the round window brings in vibrations from the bone, is right here in the bone on the ear, and it's also labeled number 28. So you see it both here.
What is that one called?
That's the round window. So it's coming, it's from your bone into the vestibule of the inner ear, so they show you at two places, as it's going into the vestibule and then where it's in the bone right here. And when you put this together, they match up. So that's the round window. So you have an oval window right underneath the stapes, you have a round window, it's the little blue indented dot, and then part of it's over here in the bone as well. Inner ear complex has three parts. The vestibule is the middle. That's where the stapes is attached right there. That's the vestibule. One end has the semicircular canals for balance. On the other end of the vestibule is the cochlea, which is we just did on the slide for hearing. So three pieces to this: the cochlea, the vestibule, the semicircular canals. Vestibule's in the middle. Vestibule means entrance. And if you think about, like, if in a church or a temple or a synagogue, that front foyer area there is called the vestibule. That's the main area that you walk into. That's the entrance. This vestibule is the entrance into the inner ear through the oval or round openings there, either one. So that's the entrance into the inner ear. Again, semicircular canals are for balance. The cochlea is for hearing. So semicircular canals, you can see the fluid in them. That would have those little statulists that would help you with balance. Cochlea, we just did the microscopic version of that. Looks like a snail shell. Now what sticks off the back, looks like a handle, is the vestibulocochlear nerve. That's one of your cranial nerves. Now, how they show the branches of that aren't that great on this model, but I'm going to go ahead and show you. So if you look at the cochlea and this vestibulocochlear nerve, there's one little piece of it that kind of sticks up and sits on the cochlea. See that little piece of it that sort of sits right here on the cochlea? That's the cochlear branch of the vestibulocochlear nerve. So that one you can see pretty easily. On mine, it's labeled number 34. A little piece that hangs up on top of the cochlea. Now, how they represented the vestibular branch is pretty pitiful. So if you look at number 26, it's a little white painted on line that goes right here onto the vestibule. Mine's number 26. It's just a little pale white line. You'll see it. That's what they're using to represent the vestibular branch of the vestibulocochlear nerve, and that's pretty bad. So I'm not going to ask you that pale line, because that's pretty pitiful. They could have done that better on this model. So that one, but I could ask you the cochlear branch, because that one's pretty easy to see. Okay. But that little pale white line is supposed to be the vestibular branch of the vestibulocochlear nerve. So you have one branch comes from the vestibule, one branch comes from the cochlea. Where it comes together, this whole thing is the vestibulocochlear nerve. And I believe that's it.
So we don't need to know the vestibular part of the...
On the model, the vestibular part, because it's just so poor on this model, I'm not going to ask you that one. Okay, it's there, but it's represented pretty poorly. Now, the cochlear branch are certainly good. Now, all of these are labeled perfectly on pages 543